All by my collar heron, new drawn frae the Forth. Newhaven Harbour is where many of my family worked for centuries as fishermen and fishwives. Two of my great-great-grandfathers, Robert Combe and Watson Carney, were ship's pilots, licensed by Trinity House in Leith. Robert Combe lived at 5 Anfield. Watson Carney lived at 8 New Lane. Robert Combe's daughter, Helen, always called Nell, and Watson Carney's son, Watson, known as Watty Caw, got married. One of their daughters, Helen, known as Auntie Nellie, is standing outside their house. Being one of the youngest of 10 children, she was at school at the same time as her older brothers and sisters' children. Newhaveners thought it funny that such a young child should be an aunt, and so for the rest of her life she was always Auntie Nellie to the whole village. New Lane was called Sue Raw, South Row. In case its inhabitants should get too conceited, the others sang to them, "Up the Sue Raw for rags and bones, up the Sue Raw for herring." Watty Caw was known as the bully o' the Raw, because of his habit of standing on the landing outside his house and interrogating everyone coming up or down as to their reasons for being in the Raw. He had a nameplate which read Watson Carney, Pilot. Newhaveners objected. He wasn't a pilot. But of course it was his father's nameplate, and he wouldn't want to go to the expense of buying a new nameplate. John Young, whose by-name was Auld Sharag, no one knows what it meant, was my great-grandfather. He was still fishing at 70 in his boat called Nellie. In February 1909, the boat capsized, and both he and a teenage boy were drowned near the Black Rocks, northeast of Leith Docks. Collar Heron says, "Wives and mothers maist despairin', ca' them lives o' men." My earliest memory of Newhaven Harbour is of being taken there one summer's day by my father. Someone spoke to him and he rushed off. I didn't know why. I was very small, and all I could see was a forest of legs around me. I started to cry. Someone recognised me and took me home to my mother. I now know that someone told my father, who was well known for being a strong swimmer, that a boy had fallen in the water and was going down for the 3rd time. My father jumped in and rescued him. He was given an award by Edinburgh Town Council at a ceremony for those who had performed brave deeds during that year. His certificate reads that he rescued a boy who was in imminent danger of drowning. All by my collar heron, new drawn frae the Forth.